Hello, I'm Clara. Welcome to AccuKnit. I am an acupuncture student and a pretty new knitter, but it has quickly taken over my life. So here I am. I've really enjoyed watching other people's knitting content on YouTube while I work. And I actually am also a music producer, and I used to stream my DJ sets on Twitch over COVID. And so I was kind of like, I really have all of the equipment that I would need to also make these videos. And so, like, why not? And now I can just kind of like ramble about my knitting to an audience who will hopefully like care and relate to what I'm talking about. Because I talk essentially to my partner like 24/7 about knitting, and they are very invested and very supportive of all of everything that I do, including my knitting. But yeah, obviously they have like no frame of reference for what I'm talking about half the time. So yeah, I figured I would hop on here and make my first video. So yeah, I figured today I was gonna do like a project vlog essentially, because I'm starting a new project today, which I'm very excited about. But I don't know. Since I am in acupuncture school, I do a lot of my knitting like during class, because we have two right now, two. I think next year I'll have like three online Zoom classes, and those are 4 hours long each. The ones I have right now are from 6 to 10 p.m. on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And it's just like a fat chunk of time where you're staring at a screen. And this is actually the whole reason I picked up knitting. Originally, I picked up crochet, but that lasted for like a few weeks before I was like, ooh, knitting is really where it's at for me personally. But anyways, it's a long chunk of time to be like sitting there staring at a screen listening to a lecture. And I was like, I need something to do with my hands. Or else I like won't pay attention. Like I'll end up surfing the web and probably like on some stupid like Reddit forum about Survivor. I don't know. Is anybody watching Survivor 50? I am. So anyways, I just figured since I'm gonna be in class a lot of the time when I'm working on this, it doesn't like really fit the project vlog kind of format that well, because I can't really like talk and or film that much like during those classes. So yeah, I figured like podcast style would probably be the best for me. Just talk about like what I'm working on. I also like have kind of a fail from last night that I wanted to talk about. And then yeah, just like other knitting ramblings. So yeah, since it's my first video, I figured I'd just touch a little bit on my beginning, my foray into knitting. As I kind of mentioned already, I essentially picked it up to do something with my hands while I'm in class. And that has taken, I don't know, it's taken a leap, I would say, from like something to do with my hands to like, oh my God, I just want to do this thing all the time now. But I will say I've had a long history with fiber arts and just like craft in general. I've always just been like a very artsy person. I've known how to sew since I was very young. My mom just taught me like just like really simple hand sewing and kind of machine sewing. I'm not sure if it was my mom. Yeah, I think it was my mom. She taught me, and then we had home ec class in middle school, and that's where I was really like, oh yeah, this is how to like set up the whole machine. RIP home ec class. I don't really know if they're doing that anymore, which makes me very sad because that was so fun. Anyways, then in undergrad, I ended up doing my BFA in sculptural practices, which for me, it focused more on soft sculpture. And so I was working with a lot of like thread and string. I really liked hanging things from the ceiling. I don't know, I'll probably insert some photos here of the work that I was doing. I also, during that time in undergrad, worked for a sewing shop for a little bit. So yeah, I've just had like a very, very close relationship with fibers for quite a while now. But I, for some reason, just like never got into crochet or knitting. I think because like, I think making clothing is so cool, but I really do not like doing it via sewing. Like when I was working at the sewing shop, I was like, this is like fine for like my job right now, but it is definitely not what I'm trying to be doing. Like I learned so much, so many techniques that actually really helped with my art practice as well. But I was just like, there's no point in my life where I see myself like making a pair of pants or like a shirt for myself. Like that's just not what I want to be doing. I've made like full curtains, like I'll do anything else but like make a garment through sewing. So I think that just kind of turned me off from like crochet and knitting, because I was like, it's mostly garment making and that sounds miserable. But then I joined a crafting like club here in Richmond, and I was just doing a lot of embroidery at the time, but then I was kind of like seeing people make their stuff, because most people like knit or crochet, and I was kind of like, interesting. I was kind of picking up on the fact that like I just never thought about how knitting like worked. So in my mind, garment construction was always, you have a big thing, you cut out the shapes, and then you seam them all together. And I don't really like that process. It's just, I don't know, something about it, I don't like it. But then I was like, wait, what are they doing? They're like knitting in the round, like, so they're just making the whole neckline. Interesting, you know? And then finally, when I was like thinking about doing something with my hands during class, I was like, oh, okay, let me like try crochet. Let me try crochet. And then from there, I just feel like a whole like world was unlocked, where I was like, oh, you're making the shape of the garment like as you are doing it. And that really clicked for me. And I was like, oh, this is cool. You're like making the structure as you go, instead of starting with a flat piece of fabric and going from there. Something about like the knitting and crochet like construction as you go really tickled me in a way that I did not know I needed to be tickled. So now here I am, very excited and very invested in knitting. But I was working very closely with fibers and textiles. But anyways, I say all that to say, I feel like my confidence level is quite high for like a beginner. And so I'm just like, whatever, like I see a thing, I think it would be cool, I think it'd be fun to knit, I'll do it. I almost started an Intarsia project today, but not yet. Not yet, only because I had this like failure of a project last night and I got so freaking fed up with it. I was like, I just need something easy. But other than that, I'm actually starting like a whole color work thing, like a self-designed thing that I'm keeping very vague, because I'm making actually another like a separate video that's like that whole process. But it is a surprise present for my partner's birthday, and that's not until August 5th. And so obviously a video for that can't come out until like then. So I have to keep it very hush hush for now. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty like relatively complex project. Anyways, so yeah, I guess I'll start with what I'm going to be casting on today, which I'm very excited about. It's going to be these summer shorts. Gosh, I don't have the pattern like on me right now. It's on my computer, but I'll like insert the name somewhere. And I'm going to be making it with the Friends, the Hobby Friends 8x4 cotton in the color pistachio, which I'm like so excited about. It's so pretty. And I was like a color phobe. For like the longest time. My entire wardrobe is like neutral or earth tones, which I do love, and I'm like very proud of the wardrobe that I've like curated at this point. But yeah, once I started knitting, I was like, dang, knitting with white and black all the time is like so boring. And so then I started like thinking about expanding my color palette. I made a whole color palette on Canva, and then I was like, okay, you know what? I think I need to experiment a little bit more. So yeah, I've been getting into color and I'm like really excited about it. And yeah, it's just this thing where I'm like, now I look back and I'm like, dude, like life is too short to like not have fun with color. Like, what are you doing? So yeah, I've decided that it's time. It's time to play with color, and I'm doing it with these shorts and I'm excited. Yeah, I looked at the pattern earlier today and it seems pretty chill. It seems pretty simple. It's like knit in the round from the waist down, and then you just like knit in the round again for the leg holes, and then seems like that's pretty much it, to be honest. So yeah, I'm like very excited to just do like a chill project because last night I started this project like 2 days ago or something, but I kind of decided to like most likely give up on it last night. It's actually the Loupy Studio stripy cardigan. I was just doing like a non-stripy version. I'm not there yet with the stripes. I'm there with the color, but I've like literally never owned anything striped, I think like almost in my entire life. And I'm just not sure about them right now. I think I'll get there, but like I need to find the right color combo. I actually like really want to go to a thrift store soon and like try on a bunch of stripe stuff and like really see if I like it on me. It's so fun. Like I've done a gauge swatch with stripes and it was like so fun, and like I get why everyone's like, oh, it's addicting. I'm just like not sure if it would look great on me. But anyways, that's like a whole separate thing. But yeah, I was making it with this beautiful sapphire color of cotton 8/8 from Hobby Hobby, I don't know. And yeah, it's like beautiful. I'm just kind of like not sure about the material. I think the fabric it makes is like fine. It's not amazing. I thought it was going to be softer, to be honest. Yeah, but the main thing is it kind of hurts my hands to knit with, which is interesting because before starting that, I've already made a gauge swatch of this, the 8/4, because I'm also using this for the secret project for my partner. Not this color, but like I'm using this, the 8/4. And like no issue. And then when I was making the gauge swatch for the 8/8, I was like, this is like not that pleasant, but like I'm sure it'll be fine. And then I like started the actual project and I was like, okay, I'm not loving this. And then my hands started hurting and I was like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know if that's worth it. And I was just kind of like yesterday when I was working on it, I was like, you know what? Like, whatever. Like, you have all of this yarn in this color. Like, just go on and finish it, and then like for the future not to get that fiber anymore. But the thing is, like, this is a pretty like hefty garment, like it's a full cardigan and it's kind of oversized too. Yeah, and like just the fact that there's really like no stretch at all, like no give to the 8/8 cotton. Like I'm a little concerned about how I'm going to be doing like the neck ribbing, because you have to like size down for the ribbing, and I'm like, I don't even know, like if I size down, I really think that like my needles will break. Like I use wooden needles and I'm just like not sure how that will go. And yeah, I'm just kind of like, if I were like really in love with like the fabric that it created, I think I would have like gotten over it a little bit more and just been like, whatever, like just finish this garment. You're gonna love how it fits and how it drapes and how it feels and everything, and like it'll be worth it to just kind of like take it a little slower so that I don't get like nerve or muscle damage in my hands and then just like not use this yarn again. But I'm not in, I don't love it enough where I think it's really worth it. So I think I might just like try to sell the yarn on like Facebook or something, or give it away. Yeah, it just sucks because it is a lot of yarn. I have like 10 skeins. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm very protective over my hands at this point. It's a lot to be like working a desk job, knitting, and doing acupuncture. It's a lot on my hands. And so normally like I've discovered lever style knitting, and that really like keeps my hands from hurting at all. Like it keeps my hands so relaxed. I freaking love that style of knitting. I was doing continental before, and actually crochet like hurts like I don't know. Crochet really hurts my hands. And I actually like have heard the same thing from other people, and then once they try knitting they're like, oh, this is fine, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But anyways, even when I was doing continental style, it still would like, it was way better than crochet, but it would still kind of like, I would start to feel it after a while. But with lever style knitting, like I've had no issue until I used this yarn. Yeah, so I'm like, I think I'm at least gonna put it on pause right now, which is like not really something I'm used to doing. Like I'm very like, once I start something, I'm kind of uncomfortable with like an unfinished project. Like it doesn't happen. Yeah, even when I was like in my undergrad doing my BFA, like I would only ever be working on one project at a time, I'm pretty sure. That's just like how my brain works. I'm like a one track minded. I start a project, I finish it. So yeah, looking at this like unfinished and talking about like letting it just like sit for a while is like making me uncomfortable. I pretty much either like very certainly decide to abandon project or I finish it. So this is probably my sign that like I'm gonna abandon it. Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna unravel it and try to sell it. But I mean, look at the color. It's like so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I think it'd be so gorgeous for this cardigan. So I think I'm just gonna get the Hobby Hobby, I don't know, the merino wool in the same color, because it's like part of the Friends line, and so they all have like the same colors. So yeah, I'll just get the same color in the merino wool instead and knit it with that and have like a much more pleasant time. And hopefully I can find a way to get rid of this to where it actually goes to use. So I was feeling very defeated. And so I was like, you know what? I just need a fun, easy, small-ish project that I can whip through and like feel good about, you know, because I was like, ooh, you know, like I was thinking about doing that like the Tulip pullover. I have that in my queue. Hello, I have that in my queue, and I have some Cascade 220 that is like this really beautiful, it's called Japanese maple color, and then I have like a cream white, and so I was gonna do like that sweater, and I think it'd be so beautiful. And I will do that. Eventually. But, you know, that was going to be like my first time doing Intarsia. And then I'm going to buy the yarn for like my partner's project soon, which is definitely going to be like a more complex like color work thing. And so I was like, let me just give myself a rest for a minute and like do something chill and quick and easy and small. And that's going to be these shorts. So I'm really excited to cast this on. I think I'm going to like go outside and do that. Yeah, it's like so beautiful outside. I have the window open. I doubt you can hear it because I'm like talking into a mic, but the birds are oh no, my cat has rotated things. Anyways, yeah, the birds are chirping, the wind is blowing, there's a beautiful breeze. It's just like a gorgeous time out there. So I'm gonna like chill out there with my cats, hopefully. Sorry, my cat's like going on and off this little, I have you on my desk chair on a book. So if he decides to spin the chair at any moment, there you go. So anyways, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about today, but thank you for tuning in if you did. Hopefully many more videos to come. I have a couple ideas of topics I want to talk about in the future. I want to definitely do one that I have in the works, or I have like a good idea of right now, is like content that I enjoy consuming while I knit, and just like compiling a list of things that I like to listen to or watch that are like not brain rot, because I feel like it's really easy to just be like, all right, I'll binge like the stupid Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, you know, while I do this like knitting project, and it's just like easy to turn your brain off. But I've been trying to like be a lot more intentional with just in general the content that I consume, but especially like while I'm knitting, because now I have just like a lot of time where I am knitting and I'm just like, oh, let me just put something on in the background, but like being a little more conscious of like the background stuff, because that's still getting filtered through your brain and through, you know, your body. And so yeah, just trying to be a little more mindful and intentional about that. So I want to compile a list of things that I've been enjoying knitting to. So yeah, I think that'll maybe be like the next thing that I upload. I don't know, but subscribe maybe if you like it. If you have suggestions or comments, questions, whatever, leave them in the comments. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Bye!